So do you think that a man should be paying for the first date in your opinion?
100%.
Why is that? We're here in Miami, Brickell, doing interviews in the streets. We're asking people amazing questions to inspire you guys, to inspire the youth. So support this channel, subscribe to the channel, like and comment. If you want some questions that you want us to ask in the streets, let us know. Let's go. All right, what do you do for work, bro?
I sell dope.
What made you choose to sell bullshit instead of doing something else?
Coming from the hood, growing up, in your neighborhood, all you see is Benzes, Lambos, but the only time you see that is when it's a drug dealer.
Aren't you afraid of getting caught and getting into that bullshit?
I'm afraid of being broke. That's what I'm afraid of. The prison time come with it, all this shit come with it, everything come with it. But being broke is the worst part. When you don't got nobody out here, when you f***ed up, you can't even buy yourself some food, that's the worst part of it.
So let me ask you a question. Would you recommend kids to follow your footsteps?
I really wouldn't. I wouldn't at all.
Why not?
Because it gets so f***ed up, you're gonna see your best friends dying, everybody dying around you. Your mama's gonna be crying. She's gonna be crying about your decisions. You're gonna have to visit funerals. This shit get real out here, bruh. You feel me? Just because you see me in this button up, don't mean that I ain't really with that.
If you knew you're going to prison right now, would you change?
I probably would change. If I did some real time, I probably would change. I got a friend right now, he's doing 5 years right now, and now he calls me every day and he's telling me, I wish I could change, don't follow my footsteps. He tells me that all the time.
So why don't you listen to him?
Because I'm young and dumb.
If you're gonna hire one person, would you rather hire a person in the Philippines or would you rather hire someone that's an American?
In America.
Why?
If you can afford it. Now this is if you can afford it. If you can afford it, then America for sure. But if you know how to hire and where to find good people in the Philippines, fine. You can even do like Honduras or something like that as well.
What has been your biggest challenge in your business?
Really just like sustaining periods of growth as like things were going on in my personal life.
Explain.
So like if I was going through like a rough breakup or something like that, just your business is a reflection of you. So if you're going through something at the time, then your business may reflect that if you're not able to stay stable during those times.
So someone's going through a personal challenge right now. They're building their business. They can't focus on, the business and the personal life. What would you recommend them? 2 tips.
Number one, go get therapy. I would definitely suggest therapy. That helped me a lot. And then keeping like a mentor or a nice, supportive sphere of influence around you would definitely help during those times.
So what keeps you motivated on a daily basis?
Family and myself.
When you say yourself, talk to me about that.
Hold yourself to a high standard, so just being accountable for my own actions. And something that I believe is like everything happens to a man is his responsibility, good or bad. So it's up to you to make it work.
And where did you learn this mindset?
From my dad, and just also be careful who you watch, right? Who you follow on social media and stuff. Like try to follow the right people.
Growing up with your dad, what is the number one thing that your dad taught you that you kind of still carry with you till this day?
Family is the most important thing. Providing is the most important thing as well for a man.
So why do you think most men these days don't provide?
I think everybody's different, but I think probably it's because a mix of like they didn't have the right influence growing up, or they just don't want the responsibility.
So you want to take that responsibility?
Yeah.
So what's the responsibility you're taking on yourself for 2024?
To keep improving my relationships, everything is about who you know. So I think that's one aspect that I always have to be improved. Sometimes I was a lone wolf for a while, but you're gonna make it further when you're with people around you.
Why are you sweating right now?
Ran 3 miles.
Why did you run those 3 miles?
Clear my head.
So when you run, it clears your head?
It does.
So I hate running personally. How do you get yourself into the mindset of running for 3 miles?
Today was a hard one. Like a day that I wanted to quit, in the middle of it. And you just it's good to push yourself, have that manual override in your head. You can do so much stuff that you really know you should do but don't want to do if you just say, hey, let's go, let's do it.
So how do you keep yourself motivated? Do you talk to yourself? Do you look in the mirror? What are some things that you do to keep yourself on that high peak state of mind?
I just say shoes go on. That's it. One little quick thing, flip the switch, get after it.
So when you feel like giving up, you just put on your shoes, you just jump out of the house and start running?
As fast as I can. Because then, the weaker thoughts win, and you can't let them.
So action cures the diseases, basically.
When you can't think yourself into a new way of acting, act yourself into a new way of thinking.
I love it. It's a powerful moment. So let me ask you a question. Someone that's watching us, 18, 19, 20, 25 years old, they have a lot of negative thoughts in their mindset. How would you help them to create that mindset where they're never going to give up and always have that warrior mindset like you have?
Pick a thing you should do that you might like to do, and find some sort of disciplined way to do it consistently. Put Post-its on the wall, tick off boxes, whatever helps. But the 1% rule, do a little bit every day, it helps.
Right now we have amazing questions and amazing answers. So listen, if you have not yet subscribed to the channel, do me a solid, do me a favor, subscribe to the channel, like, comment. If you want us to ask some more questions, let us know. But we got some more people to talk to. Let's go. Would you rather have $1 million in your bank account right now, or would you rather have 1 million followers?
Dollars.
Why?
can I do with followers? Just because you're famous doesn't mean you're rich. But granted, it doesn't mean I'm rich. I can get richer. But I would have a better opportunity with the money than try to get the followers than to give me the money.
You'd rather have $1 million but nobody knows you versus having everyone know you and not have the money.
People like you until they don't. Benji's is my best friend. I know Benjamin since I grew up.
So for someone that's watching this, they're 18, 19, 20 years old, they're trying to go out there and hustle and grind, but they're not seeing the results. What would you tell them, outside of not giving up, of course?
Make sure you're in the right craft, right? Sometimes that's not necessarily for you or what you're doing. But again, like I said, man, I remember from quoting Alex Hormozy, a very good author, basically, usually the people who win is the people who stayed in the longest. So I think that's a very good advice for them too. So if you really like it and stay in it, you'll win, for sure.
3 tips for dating in Miami.
Do not find your men at a club. Do not go to 11 and live thinking that you're going to find the fucking love of your life. It's not going to happen. Number 2, try meeting people naturally. Like when you go out or if you're out to dinner somewhere, you're at a bar, try like having a conversation with a random stranger. I guarantee you'll form a better connection with someone like that than through a dating app. But then again, I use dating apps, so tip 3 would be to use a dating app. All the men that I match with that I actually like don't live here, for Mariah. It's like LA, New York.
So tip number 3 is find guys outside of Miami.
Yeah, that's been my trend recently, yeah.
So tell me, what is the biggest struggle when you're dating guys in Miami?
I feel like it's a lot of like flexing. There's no substance to them. It's more so just like, oh, I have this, I'll take you to Carbone, I'll take you here, like, I'll get you on a table, like, I don't care. I want to have a conversation with you, you know?
So do you think that a man should be paying for the first date in your opinion?
100%.
Why is that?
That's just always how it's been, so that's what I would want to do. I kind of feel like it's a way to show respect towards the other person, especially because like we're females, so if you ask me to split the check, I'm sorry, I'm not going to speak to you again.
How much should the date cost in your opinion?
100 to 150 per person.
Okay, awesome. So let me ask you this. Now, when it comes to 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 dates, do you think it's necessary for the woman to chip in or show the gesture to chip in, or the guy should always be paying?
Down the line, maybe, but like I haven't formed a relationship with someone like that here yet, so I haven't gotten to that point yet, so I can't speak for that.
When you're recruiting people for your team, what are 3 things you look for to build those relationships so that these people can help you with your dreams and your goals to build your business?
If they're obsessives, I want someone that's obsessive, hardworking and determined. If they're obsessive, no matter what they do, they're gonna dive into it, honor it, love it, and once you're obsessed with something, you wanna just be the best at it.
Are you obsessed?
Obsessed with work, yeah, absolutely.
What made you become so obsessive about your success and your goals?
Wanting more out of life.
Do you think people are born with success inside of them, or they just have to figure that out as time goes on?
No. You're not born with success. You got to find it. You got to have the killer instinct mentality. You got to have the Mamba mentality, but you have to gain it through hard work. But you have to first work hard. It's a mindset. You got to break the matrix.
So for someone that's watching this, 18 years old, 19 years old, they're just starting to get into the workforce, what would be 2 tips you would tell them to become obsessive?
Before you become obsessive, you want to first find good soil, something to grow on. If the company is going to be good, make sure the soil is good. After that, just dive in. Be well-rooted. This is something I always tell people. A lot of people go from job to job and you become a potter in life. You want to be well-rooted. Get into the job, do the best you can at it, be obsessed at it, and then after that you'll grow. But every job you have to just be your best at.
Listen, we had an amazing time today shooting content, asking questions, getting amazing answers, and so far we've been having amazing reviews from you guys. So do me a favor, like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. We need your support. We're trying to get to 100,000 plus subscribers right now. We're doing amazing on Instagram and TikTok, but for some reason on YouTube, we need your support, we need your help. So until next time, see you guys in the next video.